What's up guys, it's Oink here, and I thought I'd bring you guys a video about the latest update on Gran Turismo 5. It's 1.06, so if you haven't been on for, well, it came out last night, be sure to go and download the patch. You can find all the details on what it updates here at the home screen, and trust me, it's a massive list as you can see here. I didn't want to cover everything in it because I'd be here all day pretty much, but I'm going to go through some of the things that I think are kind of the most important to like what we want to see. Well, like I said, I'd recommend going to read the whole thing. There's tons of stuff there. But the first thing that I really like, this is one of my favourite features, is you can now loan cars. Now before we had to you know, give a car and then have it sent back to us. Now we can actually loan it. So what you want to do is go to the garage, go to the car you want to like be able to have lent to people. Press triangle or click on the car and then set it to the online status. I think it's called like share with friends. It will come up there in your online profile. And now I've got Cheddarman1 here to set one up for me, and he's put a car into his online profile. So if you want to have a car loaned to you, head over to the person's like profile, click on the car that's been set to online, then there's a little button there that says borrow, and you just click on that there, and it just basically puts the car in your garage. Now what happens is you get the car until you switch cars, so there's no like time lease or anything. What will happen is that will get put into your garage and you'll get automatically like selected to be driving that car, and you can use it for as long as you want until you switch to a different car. So it takes maybe like a few seconds to update here. You can see it hasn't actually updated my car. But if I go to standard cars here, you can see it's in my garage list. It's got a little red tag there. That means I'm driving that car, but it's loaned to me. So as soon as I switch to a different car, that will leave my garage and it will go back to the other person. The person who's lending it can't use the car whilst someone's using it, if that makes sense. So if it's being loaned out, the person whose car it is can't use it. However, I found a little workaround. If you set it to online, the person then borrows it, and then you take it offline, you can use the car and the person gets to keep it as well. So you could just do that. They don't get to keep it, I mean they get it on loan. It doesn't sort of take it away as soon as it goes offline. So that's that one. The next thing I'm going to talk about is new tuning options. Now this is a big thing for me because I do like to mess around with the cars. They've got a thing where you can set weights here and distribution of weights. Power, you can change the power levels. Gear ratios are now even more technical. You can change individual gear ratios. The point of all this, as well as sort of just offering that extra customizability, is they've added a new point system to your cars, which is basically for online play. So say someone says, alright, the points limit is going to be 800, and because before there was like a speed sort of limit, so you know, like it can't be bigger than 800 horsepower or whatever. Now you can tone the power down, or you can set it by points, and the less power or the more weight you put on, the lower the points, and therefore you can sort of have a different way of classifying cars. The next is the online garage. So when you're online now, you don't have to set cars to your favourites to be able to use them. You can literally go straight into your garage. So you can see favourites and the recommended are still in there, the arcade list. But you've also got your premium standard cars just like in your normal garage that you can use freely. The next thing, which is probably one of the biggest things, is remote play. Now, it's not quite maybe what people had been expecting it to be, but I'm going to show you how to set it up. So first of all, you need to set at least one of your drivers to the online status, and by doing that you just go to your drivers list, click on the one you want, and set him to the online there. Next you want to go to community, and then down to the very bottom of the list there's a new icon there that says remote race, or remote play, not too sure there, but head over to there and it will bring up a brand new screen with a number of races you can choose from there, and it will give you a specific set of cars that you can use. So I'll just demonstrate it. You go into there, you can see your name there. So this is your driver. You can only have one of your drivers in the race. What this actually is, it's online B-spec effectively. So you can only have one of your drivers, and you can't race on your own because you're not racing anyone, so you have to have someone else in there. So again, I've got Cheddarman1 to set a car. You can see everyone who hasn't got online B-spec drivers gets blanked out. Anyone who does is comes up in white. So you can see there Cheddarman1 has got a racer set to online. So I pick him and I put him in the race. Now Cheddarman doesn't have to be online for this. He can set his player to be in an online status, and other people can race his driver for him effectively. So you can get other people's drivers XP and money just by racing them for them effectively, whilst getting your own drivers XP. It's a really neat way of, just sort of expanding the B spec and the whole community aspect. This works really well if you've got a lot of friends who are playing Gran Turismo and like use B spec as well, because you can get as many of your friends' races in there, but only one of your own. The last thing, which is a nice little function, if you click that button there, it goes into this special standby mode, and that links to GranTurismo.com. Basically, in this mode, you go to GranTurismo.com, and you can access that whole menu there, and you can do the whole B-Spec online races off the website. Once the race has been complete, you can go to your driver and you can actually collect your winnings. So if you've done well in the race, or the race that people have been doing for you effectively, you can just pick up your winnings from there. So it's a pretty neat function. Not quite what people were expecting. Maybe they were thinking a sort of total B-Spec, but from a web browser or something. But even so, a really nice feature. Again, those are just a few of the points on the update. There's tons of stuff, and it's all really cool things there, like improved loading times and just all sorts. Be sure to have a read of that. It's really good. Other than that, I hope this has been helpful to you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.